What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title that I actually think is a strong contender for one of the better indie games of the year. Today we're going to be taking a look at Intravenous 2. And if you've never seen Intravenous 2 before, it is the sequel to Intravenous 1, which was also a very strong game. This game continues in that trend and in that tradition, and continues to be a really good title that's enjoyable to play. If I had to compare it to anything else out there on the market right now, I would probably compare it to Hotline Miami meets Escape from Tarkov's gun modding with a strong Hitman bent to it as well. And everything in this game is done really well. It feels really fantastic to play. The gun modding is good and meaningful. So far, the narrative has been dark and bloody and brutal and very, very sort of nihilistic. And I've been liking the game so far for all of those things. So today we're going to take a look at it for about 30 minutes and see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list, or if it's one of those games you would rather not play for yourself. I've got a link for you down below in the description if you wanted to check that out there. On top of that, I've also got links to my Twitch stream and my Discord just in case you wanted to hang out live, but let's dive on into it. So, Intravenous 2, in this game, you are a hitman, and unfortunately, your dad has been kidnapped by the bad guys, and the bad guys are now using you to be extorted to go and annihilate all of their foes and take them all out so that they can cover up their criminal enterprise. You, acting against your will, are now set off on a quest to take out a whole bunch of innocent people that you ultimately didn't really want to take out in the first place. And most of the game is going to revolve around stealth and being an operator and moving through facilities without getting caught by hiding bodies, tasering people, slicing throats, all that kind of fun stuff. But the game does give you a tremendous amount of operational freedom in the way that you want to tackle your objectives if that's how you want to do it. Now, in most stealth games, what makes Intravenous kind of unique is that in most stealth games, your character is only a threat so long as their stealth is not compromised. The second that you're found out, you're typically given very limited tools to deal with the fallout that ensues afterwards. Not the case in this title. In this title, you are effectively John Wick. You're a really scary guy that has the skills to pay the bills and has been doing hitman contracts for a while. You're under the tutelage of another guy who is equally as scary as you are. He's going to close that door, right? Okay. Open that. Taser him. There we go. Got him down. In this game, you are still an unbridled threat, even when your stealth has been compromised. Your character can go in hot and heavy, and the game gives you a lot of operational fluidity in the ways that you want to attack your goals. What does this guy have on his pockets right here? We got a key card that goes to the VIP lounge. Okay. I'm going to need this guard to not be inside this room, just in case anybody comes to investigate. The good news is we took him down non-lethally, so there's no blood or anything else for the enemy to track now that we have him up and off of our shoulder. Unfortunately, the door that we're meant to go through right here is under 100% coverage by a camera. That room right there has 3 guards inside of it. I don't know if we can deal with that. Other rooms are kind of like straddled with civilians at the moment, so I'm a little bit worried about what's going to happen if I go into any of these areas. I'm trying to be a badass hitman assassin, not a mass shooter. And in this game, unfortunately, the line that is drawn between those 2 points can be unbearably thin. I think the key that we picked up allows us to go through that door back there, so as soon as this camera cycles, I'm going to go ahead and check it on out and see what happens, but we need to be careful to leave everything as it was when we came through, because the AI is very good in this game. Does that open right there? It does indeed, but I know there was a guard patrolling inside this hallway, so we need to be careful about like breaching through that door so that we don't make line of sight contact. Now, takedowns in this game, they're divided into 2 different categories. You've got lethal and you've got non-lethal. In the early game, it's usually good to keep it to non-lethal because unlike most stealth games that give you the Skyrim treatment, where the enemy is just like, must have been the wind, and they go back to their patrol. If they hear something weird, they just kind of like reset back to their original patrol path. Not the case in this game. The enemies are actually infused with a pretty solid amount of intelligence, and I'll give you some examples here so they can hear things. Every single action you do in this game has a noise that it produces. I don't know if there's more guards back here. As I was saying, though, every single thing that you do in this game produces noise. That's the first point of contact, and some locations have thicker walls than others. If I choke a guy out right here and there's a struggle in that choke out, this guard on the other side of the wall, there's a strong chance that he might hear that, and then what he's going to do is he's going to use his radio. He's going to radio in that he heard something weird. He's going to come around the corner while staying on the radio. You see that little icon right there? And if I whack him while he's on the radio, other guys that are also on the radio will hear that. They'll know his last registered in position and they'll come investigate it. Another good example is that if I stab a guy in the throat with a knife in this hallway, it'll leave blood on the ground, and while I carry the body, he'll be dripping blood all over the place. If a guard just on a normal patrol comes through and sees that blood, he'll be like, what is this? He'll radio it in, which will get backup coming on the way, and then he'll start following the blood trail until inevitably he finds the body. And so one of the reasons why we kind of want to keep this non-lethal for a little bit is just to keep blood off the ground. So that if anybody stumbles across any of our kills, we don't have to worry about it. Now, you do have a bunch of ways that you can interact with the game world. Doors are rarely permanently locked in this game. You can go through, you can lockpick things, you can breach doors, you can break them open, you can get fuse boxes that'll knock out the power for entire buildings because your character not only makes sound, indicated by this little meter over here on the reticle, but also your character is visible in different degrees and grades as based on that meter right there. And if things go completely and totally to pot and you end up getting found out, your character is equipped with body armor or anything else that you decided to bring with you at the beginning of the game that's going to allow you to shoot it out with the enemy and survive without taking too much damage. This looks like the room that I need to get into back here. We can go prone and crawl under cameras so that they don't see us. If the camera is red, that means somebody is manning the security station. That guy, in this case, right here. These cameras will go green if you've eliminated the guy that's watching the cameras. Nothing is networked in this game, so once you get rid of the guy that's on the security terminal, you should be good to go. He's also got a key card on the desk right there that he's able to interact with. I don't know going into this room exactly what's going to happen here. I was being extorted by a local gang because they have my father to kill 3 targets inside of a nightclub, and I'm trying to do that as non-lethally as possible. I know, right? Non-lethally killing 3 guys as much as possible. We need the deluxe area key card in order to open this. I can also kick it open, but there's a strong chance that those guards right there are going to hear it if I try to kick this door open. So I don't know that breaching is the best option. I can also shoot these cameras right here if I want to wipe them out and get rid of them. But if there's somebody watching the camera, they will be aware of the fact that the camera has been disrupted. Uh-oh. We're all right. I think we're good here. Unless he radioed in. He radioed in. Okay, so he told everybody on the grid that we're here. That's unfortunate. But this guy knows better than to cross his way through the fatal funnel, so we may just have to wait him on out. The good news is I brought, ooh, nice, gemstones. I'll take that, $1,000 worth of gems. And that goes to the deluxe area. Interesting. I wonder if there was another guy around that I could have got. Is this also a deluxe area key card? No, that's a VIP lounge key card. All right, well, we've got a Remington 870 shotgun on the ground right there. We've got a MP5. That's got the ammo that I need. This game does have all the various chamberings and stuff for all of the firearms that it's got inside of its, I guess, offerings. But for now, we've got to make some hard decisions because we've been found out. So I'm going to go ahead and wheel out through here. There's nobody watching the cameras anymore. We might as well sweep and clear the nightclub for anything of value. These guards over here don't appear to be aware of us right now on this side of the building. So are those 3 my targets right there? Let's head back on in real quick. Where did that other guard go, dude? He ran off, and I haven't seen him ever since. He might be the smartest guard in the entire game by not coming through that door. Let's open this up. Hello, boys. Shit, who are you and why are you here? Calm down. It's a long story, and I just need answers to some questions. Yeah, and what then? You gonna shoot us? Don't feel very safe when you're flaunting your gun around. Sorry, it's a precaution. Any one of you could be armed. I was told to kill you, and I don't know by whom or why. Do you know somebody that would want you dead? What the? We were just enjoying ourselves here. We haven't done a thing. Who are you, then? If it matters, my dad's a politician. He's not here, right? Of course not, and even if he was, I wouldn't tell you. So what can you tell me? My dad's been getting some vague threats. What kind of politician is your dad? He's not a nutcase extremist, if that's what you're asking. I know that he's anti-gun. Maybe that's got something to do with it. Your dad had any run-ins with the police? Yeah, somebody tried to frame him with drug use. This police chief, his name's Theo, and he's being a hard-ass about it. He keeps insisting he's guilty, even though the only proof there were the drugs that someone else planted. How'd he prove his innocence? He hasn't. Not yet, at least. The trials are still ongoing. Him being a high-profile politician plays into how long they draw this out. It hasn't been good, though. I know my dad wouldn't do drugs, but others don't. His reputation's gone down ever since. There's no way he'll get much support now. You're not the first to try to get to me. Others have too recently, but my bodyguards took care of him. I guess you're better than they are, huh? Your dad ever find out where they were coming from? Even if he did, I guess you wouldn't be here, huh? How'd a meet between your bodyguards and the goons usually end then? What glimpses I'd get is that hired killers are laying on the floor in pools of their own blood. I'd act like a tough guy and say I got used to the sounds of people shouting, gunfire, screams of pain, but honestly, I really haven't. Going to a nightclub sounds like a good idea to you with paid goons trying to kill you? I'm tired of staying at home all the time, tired of being scared. Right, blackmailed into killing some politician's son. All right, your dad's not going to be happy about that. This is even more high profile than the last time. If I let them go, these assholes are going to find out that I haven't killed him for sure. Something like the death of 3 high-profile individuals in a nightclub is going to be all over the news. And this is how the game kind of twists your arm, because the bad guys, the mafia, or whoever it is that has your family, they will kill them. I haven't really seen too many branching paths thus far, but they've been breaking me into the idea of letting my targets go because I'm being extorted, and I'm clearly being used to hunt innocent people along the way. And so I've let a lot of people go so far, but they were smart enough to stay undercover and not blow my cover, so my dad is still alive for right now. Killing these guys is definitely the right move here if we're feeling cold-blooded and we want to save our family, but at the end of the day, they are innocent, and so I'm going to go ahead and spare them. You guys stay put and wait till I clear out. Give me your dad's phone number. I'm going to get into touch with him. I need all the info that I can get. All right, we won't move a muscle. Okay, and so I think at this point, all we have left to do is exfiltrate. I think we need to get out of the building. However, there are some corners with some goodies inside of them that I haven't had a chance to take a look at yet. And since there's money and there's upgrades and there's like weapons that you can unlock and things like that hidden on the map, you kind of want to take a look around. This room looks clear. Keep that door closed behind us because in this game, the enemy will 100% know. Oh, this is a death trap. Okay, I got to get down behind the bar, otherwise they're going to see me. That camera doesn't have anybody watching it, though, which gives us an opportunity to maybe... Oh, looky there. Okay, we got a little bit of a shootout on our hands, unfortunately. Got him down. Let me get a fast reload. He's going out that way. I'm going to clear on him. Down he goes. This guy's coming around this corner. Let's light him up. He's now down. That guy's not dead. He's just knocked out, but I need him to be dead. Who's up next? Okay, let me get a fast Actually, I don't have any ammo. I got to strip these guys' guns for ammo. He's got 40 caliber. He's got 40 caliber. Okay, we're just going to have to make do with the magazine that we have left on us. Drop him real quick. He's been finished off. Swap over to my pistol. Pistol's not going to hit nearly as hard, but hopefully it'll help us clear out some of these problems. I'll grab the key card. That still goes to the VIP lounge. Is there anything good on the desks over here that I can loot for cash? In between rounds, you can buy gun parts. You can upgrade your weapons. You can upgrade your arsenal. You can also upgrade your character. This game actually has skills inside of it for an RPG turn where you can learn to use guns better. You also get XP in between missions that you can allocate as you desire to do so. You can purchase training. All of this stuff will affect your recoil, your accuracy, your reload speeds, how much HP you have when you go into fights, how good you are at operating quietly, how much gear you can carry on you without making too much noise and ruining your sound profile. All that kind of detailed stuff is in here. There we go. There's some 9mm right there. Let me get this gun reloaded. I'm going to pick up my remaining ammo off the ground because when you throw away a magazine in this game, you lose all of the remaining ammo inside that magazine. This guy's going to hold an angle on the door right here, which is going to get a little bit sketchy. But let's slice the pie on him. There we go. We got him. He's down. What did he have? 9mm? I'll take it. Let me get that ammo out of your magazine. Alright, so in the back of the nightclub, I don't see any other goodies laying around back here. But if there is loot around, I do want it. I want the ammo out of there. Ooh, for an MP7, huh? I haven't seen an MP7 yet. Yeah, if I exfiltrate this, I get to keep the gun for myself. Let's go ahead and reload it real fast. It's not as tacked out as my other gun is. Ooh, compromat. Nice. $1,000 worth of compromat. Sweet. We're dealing with bad guys out here, so being able to extort people, probably a good idea. You know, they're extorting me. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. I'm going to extort them back. I did get shot. There are bandages and med kits and stuff all over the map. Was there a bandage around here anywhere? I actually don't see any bandages around, so I think we're just going to have to deal with it. The blue meter in the bottom left is our armor. Once that goes, our Kevlar gives out, and then the meter right above that, the red, is our HP, just in case you were wondering. Any more bad guys around here? I think they heard the gunshots in the nightclub, so everybody cleared out. All right, well, it's nothing but innocent people in there, and we don't want to do that, so let's go this way and check for more goodies. We've got a little bit of cash on this side. I'm going to go ahead and grab it, 500 bucks worth of crypto. My Dogecoin wallet is absolutely surging right now. We headed to the moon, apparently. We've got compromising material, we've got bandages, we've got cryptocurrency. Sounds good. I'll go ahead and take that. Oh, there was an entire back area that I could have infiltrated through. I didn't even see this side of the map. All right, well, we're out of here anyways because we got the job done. We got a little bit of information if we completed our task. It looks like it gives you a rating at the end of every single one of your missions, and it looks like I was somewhere in between combat and careless. It doesn't really matter. You are free to play this game as you see fit. Thus far, there haven't been any narrative like, I've tested it out. I've gone completely and totally loud on some missions where I don't silence my guns. I come in with ridiculous amounts of ammo and a tacked out M4, and I just beef it out with the enemy, and I like take cover and I fight like it's Hotline Miami. Alternatively, I've cleared entire levels quietly without being seen. I've cleared entire levels while only non-lethally taking people down. Doesn't really seem to matter so far. That doesn't mean that it won't matter in the future, but we got it done. And in fact, the game does come strapped with a wide variety of difficulties, just in case you wanted to play in a different way, so it's possible that these mechanics actually factor in once you get to much higher difficulties. I'm playing on normal difficulty right now, which I think is like the second difficulty out of like 5 or 6 that I took a look at. After every single mission, you're going to go back to your hideout, where you are going to rendezvous with your mentor, which is Steve from the first game. We're going to have a number of narrative elements here that we've got to deal with. Narrative-wise, we just got a phone call from the politician whose son we just spared, and he told us about a flop house that's being used by guys that have infiltrated the police department that are actually mobsters, and so we're going to send Stevie Boy over here to wipe them out. You do get to play as both characters. Both characters have their own skill sets. For example, Steve is a seasoned veteran since he's the character from the first game. He knows what he's doing, so he's got some extra abilities that our character actively doesn't have. So he's all side missions that you can go do to farm up money and get cash, like sandbox it up. A lot of them are optional, but some of them you can also take mandatory-wise. Let's get Steve all geared up and ready to go. But inside your warehouse, you're able to do all kinds of stuff. You can level up your character. You can walk around. You can meander. I guess there's not actually that much stuff that you can do inside of here, but there's like a practice course that you can run for getting used to stealth and the mechanics thereabout. You can also do target practice. Let's go ahead and do this side mission because I wanted to show you guys some of the gun customization that you can do, and I've been saving my money for this MP7. IRL, the MP7 is one of my favorite firearms ever. It's one of the guns that like I exclusively run when I'm playing Escape from Tarkov. So right here is your loadout. You're going to pick this before you go on into the game. There's loadouts for going loud. There's loadouts for going quiet. There's booby traps. There's knives. There's hand grenades. Everything that you can think of is included inside the game. We can get a tranquilizer rifle, which makes things really useful because you can shoot people and put them to sleep. You can bring tasers along with you. But for right now, the only thing that I'm interested in is this MP7A1. And if you double click on this guy, you can start tacticooling it out. And so for our barrel mode, I think this thing already has a rifled barrel installed inside of it. Yeah, the barrel is integrated, so it's already ready for a suppressor. We don't need to do anything there, but you normally have to install a barrel that has the threading for a suppressor before you can do that on most of the other guns. So accuracy and real-life values are taken into account here. I'll show you with regards to another firearm. Let's break out, let's call it the AR. We'll just get the AR-15 out right here. With the AR-15, we would probably have to go through with the barrel unless this thing is already threaded. Oh, it's already threaded. All right, well, maybe I'm just way off here. So in the case of this guy right here, you can see that you can swap out different barrels on the Remington 700 if you wanted to. You can get match-threaded barrels. Those just have higher precision compared to others. But typically there will also be a suppressor-ready barrel that you can install and also a suppressor-matched barrel that you can install. And the gun customization is very attractive in this game. It's very fun to play around with. So let's get this MP7 all nice and tacticooled out real quick. We'll go with barrel mods. We're going to throw a suppressor on this bad boy. There it is right there. The gun model also changes depending on what you add to it. We'll put a stendo on it. With the recoil spring, we can get a faster rate of fire or we can get more accuracy. Don't really want to mess around with that. We can get a custom stock or we can get a lightweight stock that makes us fire while moving better. I'm going to go with the lightweight stock with the trigger grouping. We can get an improved trigger that gives us much better accuracy. I'm going to go ahead and gear that on out. We can flare the mag well if we want to so that we reload much more quickly. I think that's a really good idea too. We've got our handguard rail. We can put a laser pointer on it. You do come with night vision on every single character in this game. You can go with an IR laser pointer if you want. That means that you can only see your laser if you are in infrared vision mode inside your night vision. With a normal laser pointer, enemies can see that. It's not like a lot of other games where you've got a magical red dot that nobody can see. In this game, the AI will 100% notice your red dot on the wall waiting for them to come around a corner, and they'll radio it in and be like, hey, there's a laser pointer on the wall in here, and then you're going to be in deep trouble. We'll get a custom fit grip right there. There's also different ammo types you can play around with. So, for example, you can get subsonic ammo over here that makes your shots a lot quieter. Everything is tabulated on the weapon stats over here, so our shot noise is going to be hearable from about 50 meters right now. So, it sort of is what it is. This game has realistic suppressors where unless you're running a 22, your gun is going to be loud no matter what you do. Now that we've got that thing all tacticooled out, I've also got my SIG all cool and tacticooled out right here. We've got our taser, we've got our throwing knife. They already told me at the beginning of the mission that everybody here is a mobster, so we don't really have to worry about casualties on this one. Let's have a swift look around and kind of see what they've got waiting for us. So we've got a guard inside of there. He can see through windows, by the way, so be careful walking past windows. We've got a guy over here as well. I'll probably... this guy's a little close right here for me to take this dude out. He's down. This guy's going to come and investigate, so we're going to have to get him as he comes around the corner. All right, he's down. That's 2 of them eliminated right there. They do give you a nice little threshold, though, for stealth and losing stealth. Give me a little bit of ammo right there. I'm going to need to... Oh, no, dude, I've got a tutorial pop-up. Go away. I don't like tutorial pop-ups. Get out of here. I need to pick this guy up. I need to wait for this guard to go away, and we're going to hide this guy inside the building over here. Luckily, he didn't see the dead body on this side. Let's grab this guy, too. Cycle through, grab him right there. The control method in this game is going to take a little bit of getting used to. It's kind of just par for the course. It's the way the game goes. The little green light you see right there, the only thing I've had trouble with in this game is judging whether or not an enemy can see me, because you have to laser line it with your gun, and if the laser gets broken, it means you can't see over that object. Some objects you can crouch behind or you can prone behind like so in order to stay out of the way, but that's the one thing that's gotten me into trouble, is sometimes I've had difficulties figuring out which surfaces the enemy can see over and which ones they can't see over. Why'd the music just kick up? Did he see blood? He did see blood. Go ahead. Oh, okay. He had armor, apparently. Not great. This MP5's about to bump. Let's do this thing. Apparently, it's Action Man time. Please die. Thank you. Oh, dude. Unfortunately, we've had operational malfunctions here. I'm going to re-roll it. So that right there is a perfect argument for why you should go non-lethal, even on missions where you are cleared to kill whoever you want, is because if they see blood on the ground, it can undo your entire infiltration. That guy's on the radio right now. Let's try to give this another bang and see what we can get accomplished here. I'm going to move up on this guy. If I can tase him from a distance, that would be the ideal situation. Let's grab the body. We'll move him back behind this wall over here. All good to go on that side. This guy's going to come up and check the windows, so we kind of just need to lay low for a minute until he goes away. We need to get this guy inside this building, too. I like to kind of sweep and clear a perimeter and work my way inwards. It makes life easier, although that guy is, like, bait right there. Okay. Let's go see if we can take care of this guy right here. Make sure you close doors behind you. The AI will notice if you leave doors open. This guy right here, unfortunately, saw me coming through the door. He still thinks I'm over there. We'll taser him real fast, and that'll be an easy cleanup. They also seem to have different bravery profiles. Like, some of the guards are hard charging, and they come after you really, really quick. And other guards like this fall back to cover, and they just hold an angle. The ones that fall back and hold an angle, those are the ideal ones because they don't fire their gun, which everybody on the map hears. And then you end up with a massive shootout on your hands, as you saw previously. All right, so we've got this cleared out right here. Let's pick up this guy and put him in a safer spot. I don't know if there's a guard patrol back in that little hallway, but I think we're just going to have to take our chances. There's no window right there, so we should be all right. Normally there's a light switch. Yeah, there's a light switch right there, so we can turn that off to make it so that they can't see the body through the window anyways due to the darkness. They're going to have to be really, really close up on that thing. That right there is a breaker box. You can activate that to knock out the power for the entire building. Tends to alert the guards, but it also makes you basically invisible while you're inside so that you can make moves more aggressively. I'm going to go over to here, and I don't know what I want to do with this room. This room's got a lot of these guys moving around inside of it. We gotta pick this lock in order to get through this door. But I don't want to open it just yet. Because if I'm correct, I think they both go into the rooms. And I think I can lay down behind this counter right here to be invisible once the other guy comes back. But I don't want him to see the open door while I'm trying to do it. Alright, so that's cool. Close that, get down. And we should now be in cover. I think I should be able to grease this guy without too many problems. There we go. He's now down, and we've got half the room cleared on out. Going to give myself an autosave right there. You can save the game as much as you want. One thing I like, well, not as much as you want. You literally just saw the count up there. A wad of cash. Yeah, that's the good stuff. The game gives you a number of saves based on the difficulty that you're playing on with them going down. I have never used up all of my saves playing on normal difficulty. The levels just aren't that long. However, the levels are thoughtful, and they do have some twists in them from time to time that can make your life complicated. We need to move on this guy right here, and we need to do it, like, quickly if I can avoid getting stuck on a barrel. When this guy comes around the corner, we're going to lay down right here. There we go. We got him. I think I hit that box right there. Oh, you can shoot. Okay, so you can't shoot over that. That's actually like a tall rack. That's the one thing that I've had trouble with is just figuring out what I can and can't shoot over the top of. Let's grab this guy. We will dump him off inside this other room. That guy's in front of the window, too, so we probably need to move these bodies around. But I think this is an utterly fantastic game that gives you a lot of freedom to do whatever you want. If you want to go in hot and heavy and you just want to use the game as a shooting gallery, go ahead and do exactly that. If you want to go through and play it as a stealth game, go ahead and do that. The only thing about the game is the storyline is a little bit unbelievable. I found the storyline to be a little bit hard to engage with just because, like, all of the characters seem to see themselves as, like, a good guy, even though, like, everybody in this game has, like, these rules where they're like, I don't kill good people, and then, like, you go into a mission where you whack indiscriminately, like, 100 different people inside of a facility that are, like, bodyguards for some other guy that you're just trying to talk to. I don't know, there was a little bit where I had to, like, forestall my sense of immersion there, just because the characters and the gameplay can be a little bit weird like that. I don't want that to be open. He's going to notice that that's open when he goes by. That guy's got a sniper rifle, too. But other than that, this game is clean. It's polished. It feels great. There's a lot of variety. There's a lot of different guns. There's a lot of different tools and landmines and traps and throwing knives and all kinds of stuff to play around with. It's really sort of a Hitman sandbox that you can play at your own pace, however you want to play it. It can be Hotline Miami. It can be Hitman. It can be a stealth game, it can be hard charging, really totally up to you how you want to tackle the challenges that the game puts in front of you as you go through and make things happen. Is he going to notice that this door is open? I'm going to open this and see if he sees it, and then I'm going to taser him when he comes around the corner. And everything here is tight, it's polished, I haven't had any bugs, I haven't had any issues, I haven't had any problems. They did just post an update today that there's like a flaw in Intel chipsets, like 13th and 14th generation, that may cause crashes, but I haven't experienced it just yet. I need this guy to get got. Oh, I missed my taser shot. That was terrible. Is there anybody else in this hallway that's going to see me do this? Sometimes line of sight is not very long in this game. Grab this guy real fast, and unfortunately he's going to bleed everywhere, and they will follow this blood trail, unfortunately. You can vault over walls, you can vault through windows. I mean, all of the little details that you're looking for with this game, they've all been accounted for, and so this is an easy recommend. This is a tight, polished game that sticks to genre convention while also allowing you a little bit of wiggle room. One of the reasons I hate stealth games is that stealth games have like one shtick, and when stealth falls apart, the game usually sucks. And so there's a lot of reloading and playing through entire sections over and over and over and over again in order to get the job done. And that tends to make stealth games kind of like this tedious dance of doing the same things over and over and over and over again until you execute perfectly. In this game, not quite so much. When things fall apart, well, I guess things fall apart. Now we've got a running shootout with fun gunplay and smart AI that does things that human beings would do, like take cover and radio in for backup. And easy recommend here. This is a really great game that's... Ooh, right as he came through the door. I wasn't sure I was going to get that shot off right there, but that was a clean one. Is there a light switch for this room right here? Is it this one? There we go. All right, let's kill off that light switch real fast. But this is an easy recommend from me. I think this game is great. I streamed it for 3 or 4 hours, and it was a blast the entire time that I was interacting with it. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were playing Intravenous, which is an utterly fantastic game, in my opinion. This is really, really good work. If you're into these kinds of tactical special ops infiltration games, if you're into Hotline Miami, if you're into Hitman, this one's a no-brainer. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for stopping on in, and that's about all I got for you. Bye, folks.